Hello and welcome back to the channel. She-Hulk finale plot leaks in full and you're not gonna believe it. So I haven't watched this yet, but I was actually just getting ready to, but I thought I would make this video after seeing this article pop up and reading through it. And of course that means I've ruined the plot for myself. I don't really think I've actually ruined or missed much, because if you've been following this show, you know that it's actually horrible. It's nothing but terrible writing. It's nothing but, plot convenience to make the story happen because, well, reasons, right? That's pretty much everything. That's pretty much all the writing that happens in this. I mean, this show has been nothing but, well, the first 6 episodes of this show have been nothing but rampant man-hating and fem-splaining to all us males out there about what horrible people all men are. And sadly, for some reason, that didn't attract a large audience. Certainly not male, and certainly not even female, given the terrible ratings that this show has had. So if they're not actually attracting male viewership, but they're not attracting female viewership either, I honestly don't know who the target demographic is for this show. Maybe it's angry, drunk wine moms with a man-hate fetish. Yeah, it's the third-rate feminist. That's what this show must be targeting. And we did see, again, some rumors came out that they were going to try and tone that back in 7, 8, and 9. And it looks like they have toned it back in episodes 7 and 8. And as I said in episode 8, in my review on episode 8, we finally got some action. This is the sort of, I guess, episode that we wanted to have all along, starting with probably episode 2 or at least episode 3. But of course, we didn't get any of that action until episode 8. I mean, the end of the show. I mean, there's only 9 episodes.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But let's get into the article. Remember how we told you this She-Hulk show has a problem and that the finale might not fix everything in a satisfying way. But we still hoped Marvel would conclude season 1 in a manner that made sense. Well, you'll want to sit down for the big She-Hulk finale plot leak, which potentially reveals everything that will go down on episode 9 on Thursday. So as I always say, spoilers ahead, because I just don't give a fuck about this show. Alright, so the She-Hulk plot leak originates from the Marvel Studios Spoilers subreddit. The moderators say it comes from a trusted source who also leaked Werewolf by Night details that later on turned out to be accurate. Now, unlike other MCU plot leaks, the She-Hulk finale leak is incredibly detailed, complete with actual lines that Jennifer Walters is supposed to say both as Jen and She-Hulk. It also includes lines from all the other characters and cameos in the episode. The big twist of episode 9 is that She-Hulk has 2 finales. That's right, 2 endings. The first is the one that Marvel writers created, that there's actually a separate ending. She-Hulk apparently forces Marvel to change the ending by jumping out through the Disney Plus screen to scold the She-Hulk production team. And this sounds like more of what I've seen so far, and that is the writers being unable to come up with any kind of plot that makes sense, so they just use the fourth wall break as a convenient plot MacGuffin to make the story happen. And looks like this last episode, She-Hulk, is more of the same, and why should we expect anything to be different now? I mean, why expect qualities to suddenly occur in season 1, episode 9, when it's been lacking in the first 8 episodes? Okay, so the first She-Hulk ending in the season finale, episode 9, will tell a bleak story at first. The Department of Damage Control will capture Jen and agree to let her go only if she wears a device to prevent her from hulking out. So again, I mean, this is sort of the thing that Bruce warned her against and told her, and she assured us in her great fem-splaining lecture, if you recall in episode 1, about she always has to control her temper because she's a woman. Yeah, she also, of course, loses her job and has to move in with her parents. Not surprising. Separately, Nikki and Pug keep investigating the Intelligentsia platform and discover the mastermind. Unsurprisingly, it's Todd who hunted She-Hulk, looking to become a Hulk himself with the help of her blood. He is hulking from the platform. But it just so happens that the group attends a gathering where Abomination Tim Roth appears as speaker. Abomination and Hulk will mistakenly fight. and the latter will think that Abomination was attacking Jen when that wasn't the case. Okay, but none of this is to Jen's liking as she starts to complain about the script and talking to the audience. So she starts the fourth wall break. What is happening here? Jen asks, annoyed. Bruce and Abomination are battling. Turning to the screen, she says, this is a mess. None of these storylines make any sense.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it, Miguel? Huh? I've been saying it.
This has always been a cop-out or an excuse for the writers to basically play a get out of jail free card, and they've done this repeatedly in the last few episodes. Everything just happens for reasons to make the plot happen. And then we get to the real finale. According to the leak, She-Hulk then smashes through the Disney Plus app. I know I get that this is probably like Disney thinking they're being meta or something, but it's really not. It's just corny and cringy. She ends up in a Disney studio where she looks for the She-Hulk production team. We cut to the writers in the writer's room talking about making the entire second season an extended dream sequence, and She-Hulk enters and everyone falls silent. What the hell, you guys? What kind of stupid finale is this? And then they say, we thought it would be really cool and kind of unexpected, kind of a twist. And then Jen criticizes the whole idea as being from every other superhero story ever. There are certain things that are supposed to happen in a superhero story, a writer says. Then Jen is pissed and leans in and says, why don't we just do things our own way?
You almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay.
You serious?
Yeah, because that's really been working for you so far. This is the story that Kevin wants. They say, okay, then I want to talk to Kevin. And they all just kind of laugh and say, no one talks to Kevin. And they talk about how they die for Kevin. And she calls them creepy. And yeah, that is creepy. But someone wrote this creepy scene.
There's a hot chick over there. I'm gonna go talk to it.
So that makes it even worse. Kevin is probably Kevin Feige, and that's the Disney executive She-Hulk will want to visit. But much to everyone's surprise, oh no, surprise twist, didn't see that coming. She actually meets Kevin, who is a robot, which stands for something stupid that we don't care about. In the following conversation, Jen and Kevin fix the She-Hulk finale, remove the strange story choices, and then, yeah, whatever, the end, I guess. Can we not do Todd gets Hulk powers? The powers aren't the villain, he is. Kevin erases the blood plot. And Bruce swoops down from literal outer space to save the day in my story? Again, we can't have a man saving the day or in a woman's story. Kevin says Bruce is supposed to return and explain what he's doing in space. And Jen says, no, but we were going to introduce Save It for the Movie, she then interjects. Again, like, all right, the big revelations in She-Hulk episode 9. Once She-Hulk and Kevin fix the story, she returns to the TV show, and the action happens during the day rather than at night. Todd is arrested, and Daredevil shows up to save the day. The DODC takes Abomination for violating his parole, but Wong will break him out of prison to give him sanctuary. Yeah, I always thought this DODC thing was kind of bullshit, and that bothered me because as a part of his parole, he's not even allowed to transform. But I mean, what if he was trying to transform to save someone, which is what it sounds like he's going to be doing. He's going to transform to maybe save someone or save, to help. And of course, he's going to not be allowed to do that because that's justice, right? I don't know. It's just so fucking ridiculous. Hulk does make an appearance at a family dinner, and Jen and Matt Murdock also attend, and he's probably her boyfriend now. Whatever, but I don't even know how, like, they can, Daredevil shows up to save the day. We can't have a man showing up to save a woman's story. Didn't we just hear that? So, but they went ahead and did it anyways. Okay, so a little update. As I was editing this video, I decided to just stop and watch this episode finally. And as it would turn out, first of all, most of these plot leaks are 100% dead on. So this is the real deal. Second, a lot of my commentary on this whole episode 100% still applies. So I'm not going to do a separate review of the finale. This is my review of the finale, and it still stands. And another thing, let's touch on the whole Hulk makes an appearance at the family dinner, and he does this to introduce his son from Sakaar, whose name is Scar, not Sakaar.
Hey, everyone. I have someone here that I'd like you all to meet. This is my son, Scar.
And this basically smacks of the kind of ending that you get when you're in a sitcom that's struggling or failing, and you try and bring in like the little kid to boost your popularity again, because at one point in time you had little kids in the show and they were real popular. Examples of this, well, here's an article from Screen Rant: 10-time child actors were added to slumping sitcoms. Like one of the most famous ones that I grew up with was Family Ties. I grew up watching this show. Then they brought in this little shit here. Nothing personal against Brian Bonsall, but his acting, not great. He was in this, and this was super cringe and very much annoying. And then if you watched him and saw him play Alexander in Star Trek: The Next Generation, he was the son of Worf. It didn't get any better. Well, of course, the most famous example of this is Cousin Oliver in The Brady Bunch, which was single-handedly the most annoying character in the history of television. I know that's a bit of hyperbole, but it's probably pretty close to accurate. And then one other thing that I have to point out, and that is Kevin. As it turns out, the fucking numbnuts from this writers group repurposing Otto from Wally into Kevin.
Captain, you are needed on the bridge.
What is this?
Hello, Jennifer.
That was their big idea. That's who Kevin is. Wow. Brilliant. In the end, most of my predictions around the show and most of my takes on this She-Hulk finale plot leaks actually turned out to be dead on. There were a couple of misses in there, or a couple of things that didn't hit completely, but overall, this is pretty much bang on. So look, let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you seen the season finale? It was an absolute train wreck when all the fourth wall breaking really begins to happen in earnest. I mean, the show starts off with it basically, and it happens nearly constantly through the show. And then the show ends with, you know, a large fourth wall break. And it just, honestly, I think I'd rather have seen the plot and the show that they decided not to go with, because the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. That's the episode. That's the ending we got. And it truly is hot garbage. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, if you want to continue to smash the narrative the way She-Hulk is smashing her ratings into the ground, then please click the like, share, and subscribe buttons. We are currently pushing for 1,000 subscribers and closing in on 600. So every subscription helps, and I do appreciate it. That's all I have for now, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.